Guys, it's Jerry Serber here with ExpandYourBrandTexas.com. I'm here today to show you how to drive traffic to your website. I know it's real frustrating when you start out online on how do I get people to come to my site, and most people don't have the budget to pay for advertising. Now, there's two ways to get people to come to your site. It's paid advertising, my least favorite, and two is organic listings. Organic listings or organic traffic is basically free traffic, and who doesn't like free? So what I'm going to cover first is how to get the free traffic. Basically what you want to do is you want to have a website, obviously, okay? Your website is your central location place of your store, your brand, whatever you're promoting, for everybody to see you all over the internet. So what we do is you first start out with your website. If you don't have one, we can help you out with that. We make beautiful websites. First thing you want to do is you want to get on Google. You can do this by doing Google Maps. Google Maps is free, and there's a ton of searches for it, ton of people searching every single day for businesses and services on Google. So, got to get on Google. That's number one. I listed these, and out of all the websites, these are the top three websites: Google, YouTube, and Facebook. And that's just how many people interact and use, those websites on a daily basis. So if your business is not on these three websites, Google, YouTube, and Facebook, got to get on there now. It's free, and that's where all the eyeballs are. And eyeballs equals money, remember that. So Google, that's number one. Get on Google Maps for your business. YouTube, that's going to be second. If you don't have videos, making videos is very easy. You can contact us. We can make you videos, or even shooting, selfie videos. It's something better than nothing. And the reason why you want to do that is because YouTube has the second most biggest traffic out of every website in the world, so you got to get on YouTube. Not only when you create YouTube videos, you're creating content for people to see on the web, but you also, when you make your YouTube account, you actually put your link to your website on there. You got to make a YouTube business account, but put your link on there, and Google will count that as a backlink, which I'll cover in a few seconds. Next is Facebook. You want to make a Facebook business account. You want to post at least 1 to 2 times a day, and the reason is because your post will start to rise higher in people's feeds. That's basically when people are fiddling on their phone or computer looking at Facebook. The feed is like the place where they're looking at, where everybody's posting different items. So for you to grow to the top of those feeds, you got to post more often. If I'm on Facebook like 1 time a month and post 1 item, my stuff's probably not going to even be seen by my friends. So it's real important for your business to post 1 to 2 times a day. Next is Pinterest. Pinterest has a lot of traffic. There's a lot of women. There's actually a lot of people on there. But what I like to do for Pinterest is put whatever the keyword or product I'm selling, and then followed by ideas. So if I'm selling a black jacket, it would be black jacket ideas. I sell websites, so I usually do website ideas. Just stuff that people would be searching on Google. Next is Twitter. I won't really get into that. Just make a Twitter business account. Next is a blog. By creating a blog for your website, you're actually growing your keyword count on Google. It's real important. A lot of people don't have blogs, and when Google crawls your website to see, hey, what does this guy do or what do they sell, so we can rank them. If they don't have enough paragraphs of wording, they're not going to know what you do. So with a blog, for instance, you want to write 500 to 1,500 words. You want it to be a keyword specific. So if I'm selling black jackets, I want the whole post to be about black jackets. Like, are you looking for a black jacket today? We have a great selection of black jackets, stuff like that. Obviously, you don't want it to sound too repetitive, because if somebody's actually reading it and it sounds spammy or just repetitive, they're going to click off. And when they click off quickly, then Google's going to say, okay, hey, this page obviously is no good, so let's rank this page lower. So blogs, 500 to 1,500 words. Make it keyword dense. So you want to pick one keyword and probably talk about it maybe 7 to 14 times throughout your whole blog post. And I'll cover that in different videos, blog strategies. Next is backlinks. Backlinks is the number one way to grow your website to the top of Google, or SEO, search engine optimization. So what a backlink is basically getting your website address on other websites. And so the sky's the limit on where you can get business with backlinks. I've seen people get a lot of business from just putting a comment in the Reddit blog post section. And anyways, backlinks, I'll cover that in a different video, but backlinks are huge. Get your link of your website in as many places online as you can. And what Google will see is a backlink is basically a vote for your website. And so Google is basically going to see, they're comparing apples to apples, you to a competitor. If you have more backlinks, you're usually going to win over your competitor. So it's real important. Next is email. Email's free. I had somebody ask me one time, what is the one thing that everybody looks at during the workday? And I was like, their phone. And that wasn't the answer, it was actually email. So that's why email is so big for companies, email marketing. And it hasn't died down yet. It's still a great way to market to people. Usually you get about 1% return on emails, so don't count on sending 100 emails and getting a customer. So usually it's about, I'd send out probably about 10,000 to 20,000 emails, and then you'll start to get 10 to 30 customers. So anyways, next I'll cover is Reddit. They have a lot of traffic. They're number 8 in the world as far as traffic goes. And so by writing blog posts on Reddit, that's one great way to promote your website because there's already people there looking there. You can also, like I was telling you in this backlinks example, I saw a competitor, they were selling a ton of products just by going to a blog post. I'll tell you what it was. It was for a trophy company. It was fantasy football trophies is what the company was selling. So they actually went to Reddit on a fantasy football the Reddit post said fantasy football party ideas. And so this company was smart enough to go on Reddit, go to the comment section and say, hey, this company's got a really cool selection of fantasy football awards. And then they put the link. And oh my gosh, they sold a ton of product from that and got a bunch of traffic just from one comment on Reddit. So the sky's the limit. Like I said, if you can get your link on 100 Reddit posts, then all of a sudden, if you get one visitor a month from that, then that's 100 visitors. So, and that all compounds over time. When Google starts to see that you're getting visitors, they're going to start ranking you higher, especially because of a good backlink. So, anyways, next is Amazon. Amazon is just like the mall example, a place where people are already ready to buy. So by having your products on Amazon, there's already millions of users on there. More traffic than your website will probably ever get. So if you're not on Amazon, you got to do it. You got to do it ASAP. Next is Instagram. Instagram's got a lot of high traffic, but surprisingly, Reddit looks like it's above it as far as traffic goes. But Instagram's real good. It's better for younger generations. It's kind of a way to, I like to say, show your eye candy of the products you sell. So just real cool pictures, just another place to engage with your customers. And put your link on all your posts that you're posting. Put your link on all the posts. Why not? If somebody clicks on, if somebody likes your ad and they need your service and you don't have a link on there, then you're not going to get the business. So next, I'm going to cover paid advertising. Paid advertising, the ways to reach your customers is, I'm going to start off with catalogs. That's kind of like the old school way of doing it, maybe 20, 30 years ago. Catalogs still work. Some people prefer catalogs, some people don't like catalogs. So really the whole thing in sales is just, out of 100 people, how many people prefer email? How many people prefer a catalog mailed in the mail? How many people prefer text? Me, I'm a text person. Email, you won't get me. Text, you will. Facebook, you're probably not going to get me. But like I said, it's different for everyone. So by offering it or by showing your service in as many different ways as you can, it's going to fit one way or another with the group that you're selling to. So like the company, I was working for a company, we just did cold call sales. I don't know about you, but I don't answer random numbers, so that would never have sold me. Now if they would have texted me, then they probably would have got my order, possibly. So anyways, catalogs, that's number 1. That's not dead, still a good way to go. Ringless voicemail, this is something super exciting, okay? Ringless voicemail is basically where you basically record a message, you use a voicemail dropping service, and they send out your voicemail or your message directly to people's voicemail. It only works on business phones, and it doesn't ring the phone, it just goes straight to voicemail. So I can get a list of 10 to 20,000 people and hit them all instantly or as fast as I want, one day or a week, just depending on how many calls you can handle. But I can send out 20,000 voicemails for, I think it's a nickel a piece. So that's, I don't know, let's just say $500, something like that. But to reach that many people is pretty insane. Next is sending samples. Okay, that's different for each business, but for websites, I like to send a sample website so that people can see, wow, that looks way better than what I had, and they fall in love with it, and then they just can't break away from it, so they have to buy it. If you have a product-based company, sending out samples, that's one way to get business. I thought samples was the number one way to get business, and I thought I was going to get all these customers maybe 4 years ago when I first started cold call selling, and didn't really work as well as I thought. You really want to give samples to people that you've been talking to for a while, and you can tell that they need something to kind of push them over the edge to get them to buy. So samples is always good. More specifically for websites is Google paid advertising. That's the best way to drive traffic to your website and to start raising your keywords to the top of Google, only if you have like $10,000 for each keyword. And the reason is because keywords can cost $1 all the way up to $15, and I've even heard that New York lawyers pay $75 per click on Google just because of the potential and how big a client they could get. So anyways, Google paid advertising, I'll cover in a different video the strategy you want to do on that, but the number one mistake people make with Google paid advertisements is, if I sell black jackets, for instance, the number one mistake people make is they'll advertise black jackets. People could be searching black jackets for millions of reasons, okay? So if you're paying, $1, $5 to show your company as an advertisement for somebody looking for a black jacket, and let's just say the person's looking for a black jacket picture to copy and paste for Photoshop, then you just use that ad for nothing, and that's where people really lose on Google. So what you want to do is you want stuff to be specific. So for instance, I like to tell people, if I'm going to buy a car, I first start off by like truck or car. And then 3 months later, it'll be like a Ford truck. And then it'll be Ford F-250 truck. And then finally, when I'm ready to buy, it's going to be Ford F-250, black, tan interior, V8, yada, 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 okay? 2015, whatever. That's usually when people are more ready to buy. It's called a long tail keyword. It's basically just less traffic and less competition and a lot higher return rate. So you want to focus on more specific product names and not just black jacket. You would want to call this like a King Ranch suede men's large black jacket, okay? So anyways, I'll cover more of that in a different video. Next is Bing ads, just like Google ads, probably just as expensive. Next is SMS, that's text message. Like I was saying, I don't think a voicemail drop would sell me because I don't check voicemail. And catalogs, that wouldn't really sell me because when I get a bunch of junk trash, I throw it away. But SMS is the best way to reach me. And what's neat about SMS marketing is you can get a whole list of people and just boom, send out a whole list of text messages as long as you have their cell phone numbers. And you can reach thousands, millions of people if you have that many phone numbers, with the click of a button. So that's really neat. Next is Facebook retargeting, or Facebook Pixel. What this is, basically if you've ever been to a website and let's just say you've been on Amazon, you're looking at black jackets. And then you're like, oh, I'll buy that later, I'll look at it later. And you start going to Facebook, and then all of a sudden, boom, the black jacket appears again. It's creepy, right? The way that they're doing this is a code that Facebook gives you. You get this code, send it to your website developer, or we can do it for you. And you put it on your website, and this code actually tracks the visitors coming and going to your website. So if I go to Amazon, look for black jackets, their Facebook Pixel code is going to realize that I was on the black jacket page, and that's what I was looking for. So when I go to Facebook, it's going to send me an ad for black jackets. So this Facebook Pixel, basically you can do a different Facebook Pixel for every page of your website. If you're selling men's black jackets or girls' black jackets, you can have 2 different pixel codes. These pixels will load in all the visitors into a list called a custom audience, and then you can just continually send them ads for years or just days, whatever you want to do, you can set it up. So what's neat is if you have 100,000 people come to your website, in a year or whatnot, which that's a lot, kind of using an optimistic example here. But if you have 100,000 people come to your site and you're paying for the ads, they come to your website and then they search around and then leave, you just lost that person forever. So you can lock them in with Facebook retargeting pixels. So it's almost like all the traffic that comes to your website, you'll never miss out on them again. You'll pretty much have a leash on them wherever they go off in the world because you got their IP address. So that's really powerful. I know it's kind of scary, but it's great for business. Next is Facebook ads. Direct Facebook and instant messages. Sending direct messages was one of the most effective ways for me as a cold caller to reach customers. I remember for years I would call people, I'd call like 100 people a day and like 10 to 20 people would answer. And so what I would do is I was driving me nuts that I couldn't get in touch with people. So I went to Facebook and just sent them a message directly. And I got a lot of responses that way. And, that's a great way to reach people. I've had a client one time tell me, man, you're really determined. You hit me on email, call, voicemail, and Facebook message. He's like, I like you. And I've also had people tell me the opposite, but don't get down on people that are saying, hey, you're contacting me too much, because really at the end of the day, a person's either gonna love or hate you, but at least they know you, right? So anyways, next, Facebook ads. Facebook ads are pretty much like a nickel. Google ads are $2, and then like I told you, all the way up to $75. So by getting Facebook ads, you're gonna be doing ads a lot cheaper. You can target the groups of people that you're sending the ads to. So you're not just like with Google and just, blasting out advertisements to people who probably aren't even looking for your product. On Google, if I put in black jacket, if that's what I'm advertising, but I only have men's jackets, and there's a lady who is looking for a women's black jacket, then I just paid for an ad that was worthless. So Facebook, you have better ways of targeting people through age, through like an area. You can set like people that are in a 5 mile square radius of me, 25, 50. And that's real good for local businesses because you can let everyone know around your area that you exist. Facebook ads, another cool thing that I love about Facebook ads is custom audiences. You can literally get all the people out of your database. Let's say you have a database with 5,000 contacts. You can literally grab all those people, import it into Facebook, make sure they have the email, associated with the business or contact that you're trying to sell to. And it'll associate all those emails to a Facebook profile as long as the email is, associated with a Facebook profile. So you're probably not going to get all your people that have Facebook accounts. Not sure if everybody has Facebook, but at least you'll get the majority, and you can send them ads and for like a nickel. So one of the companies I work for, they had 20,000 people in their database, and they probably contacted 20% on a yearly basis. So by doing Facebook ads, we're able to reach 20,000 people and show them what our new product was, with a click of a button. And that's pretty much it for paid marketing. There's definitely more, but I'm just trying to cover, just the basic items, to get you started. Next, I'm going to show you, just kind of for fun, the old way of getting business back in the day. And to be honest, don't hold me to the T here because I wasn't alive back in the day. But the ways to get business back in the day, and this is why I love the internet and I love the new age that's coming out, because doing business back in the day sucked, to be honest. But anyways, instead of having a website back in the day, you just had a brick and mortar store. It's just, a store that, exists real in person. And basically the ways you could get business was catalogs, yellow pages. That was basically the Google back then. The radio, and TV and newspaper. What you'll realize all these have in common is that they have eyeballs. Remember, eyeballs equals money. So wherever the eyeballs are, that's where you want to have your product. What I think is so funny is the TV nowadays, you know, we have YouTube, it's free. I always thought it would be neat just because I thought it was impossible to be, you know, famous worldwide. And I was just thinking, how in the world would I do this? I got to go to Hollywood, but no, you don't have to do that anymore. There's YouTube, it's free, which is super cool. So you can promote your business that way, you can promote yourself. There's just a ton of people looking. So anyways, the old school radio is basically like podcast nowadays. Social media kind of works as radio. Newspaper is basically social media, and Craigslist or business, Craigslist, I forgot what it's called. It's like a database of, it'll come to me in a second, excuse me. Next is Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages is basically, like I said, the Google of the old days, or Google Maps, Apple Maps, and Yellow Pages. Google Maps, you got to realize Android users, every time they search for something, it goes to Google or Google Maps. So if you're not on Google Maps, all those people with an Android phone, you're like missing out on all their business. If you're not on Apple Maps, you're missing out on all the Apple customers' businesses. And we all know there's a ton of iPhones out there. So if your business isn't on Apple Maps, you got to get it on there immediately. Why not? It's free. And also yp.com, yellowpages.com. It's the new modern Yellow Pages. Get your website on there. It's not as effective as Google, but you want to get your website on as many places as you can online, and that's how you're going to win. So I always like to tell people, get your website on 100 different, you know, websites that have a lot of traffic, Facebook, Google Maps, Yellow Pages, stuff like that. And then you're going to start to see, you know, 1 visitor a month from here, and it'll all add up. So anyways, I'll cover in different videos some more strategies and all this. I know this video is a little long. I wanted it to be a little bit more brief, but if you have any questions or comments, please leave it below, and y'all have a wonderful day.